everybody, my name is Mars, you can call me MG if you'd like, and today I have the super exciting announcement video for the third iteration of Vox Machina-thon. If you don't know what that is, Vox Machina-thon is a readathon that I've been doing for a couple of years, inspired by Critical Role, which is a D&D podcast that I'm genuinely obsessed with. So a few years ago, they released a novel about some characters in one of the campaigns that they did, and then the next year they released another one, and I did a little readathon for both of them. So now that they're releasing another novel, it's time for another readathon. So this iteration is called Laudna-thon because it is about Laudna, one of the characters in the third campaign of Critical Role. The book, which I will pop cover on screen for you, is called What Doesn't Break, and it's by Cassandra Khaw. I've never read from this author before. I've heard mixed things about her other books, but I'm genuinely excited to see what she does with this character. I really do love Laudna, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. So a couple of ground rules before we get into prompts or anything. This readathon will be taking place from October 1st to 31st, so just the whole month of October, because the book releases October 8th. It just feels right, and plus Laudna's a very spooky character, so October is the perfect time for her book. And at the end of the month, maybe beginning of November, there's no set date yet, there will be a discussion on my channel here live of the book. And it's usually just me and a couple of other friends who are super into Critical Role discussing how we feel about certain elements. So if you do read this group book and you want to talk about it, come by then. Just keep an eye out for when the live show happens. And lastly, you are allowed to double up, triple up, do whatever with the reading prompts, because normally I don't allow that, but these ones I feel can combine pretty easily. So we're just going to make things easy and say that you can combine prompts and read one book for multiple. Another change from past iterations is that there are reading prompts, but there are also activity prompts for this one. So there are 7 reading prompts and 6 activity prompts. Let's just get talking about them. So the first of the reading prompts is for Delilah Briarwood, and Delilah is Laudna's warlock patron, and for that reason, this is a Mars pick. So I have given honestly so many options, and I will be posting on the Vox Machina-thon Instagram all of the prompts, and specifically a post just dedicated to this prompt to show you all of your options. There are 15 things that you could read for this. You just have to pick one, but I went a little bit crazy on this. So you could read one of the books that I've published. So I'm an author. I have 3 books published: Revelry in the Dark, Jenny Was a Friend of Mine, and Harbinger. If you read one of those, that counts for this prompt. You could read any book by one of my 3 favorite authors, John Flanagan, Cornelia Funk, and Rick Riordan. You could read one of my all-time favorite books, which are The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd-Jones, An Enchantment of Ravens by Margaret Rogerson, and Uprooted by Naomi Novik. You could read one of my recent favorite books, which is The Whispering Dark by Kelly Andrew, A Marvelous Light by Freya Marsky, I think is how it's pronounced, or The Tatami Galaxy. I don't remember who that author is. It's a book translated from Japanese, and I really enjoyed it, but that's one of the options. Or you can read one of my anticipated releases. So one of these books comes out in the end of September. The other 2 are both releasing October 8th, the same day as the Laudna book. So those are Zodiac Rising by Katie Zhao, The Wild Huntress by Emily Lloyd-Jones, the author of my favorite book of all time, or A Dark and Secret Magic by Wallace Kinney, who is a very dear friend of mine, and this is her debut novel. So all of those books, you only need to pick one from all the things I just listed to cover the Delilah Briarwood prompt. And moving on to the prompts that require a lot less explanation, we have Vexalia, and the prompt for this is to read a book that reminds you of another book. So that could be a similar title, a similar cover design, a similar premise, anything that you see this thing of this book and it reminds you of, like, hey, I think that kind of sounds like this other book. That would count for this prompt. For Imogen, it's just a sapphic book. Then for Shadow Sorcerer, this is a book with a primarily black and white cover. It could have other colors on it, but try to stick to black and white as much as possible with this. For Undead Warlock, the book you read would have undead characters, so ghosts, zombies, vampires, all that fun stuff. For the Sun Tree, the prompt is to either read a book that ends on a cliffhanger, or if you don't know that going in, a book that follows up on the previous book's cliffhanger. And the last reading prompt is for The Hound of Ill Omen, and this is a pet pick, or if you don't have a pet, just have someone else pick a book for you to read. Then we have 6 activity prompts. The first is Pate de Rolo, and that's just to make yourself a little guy. This is a very open prompt, so this could be if you're a crocheter, you can crochet yourself a little plushie, or I was thinking of maybe making a bookmark that looks like a little creature. Anything really, if you can think of it and it makes a little guy, you can do it for this prompt. I just thought it was a really funny thing to do. Then the prompt for Form of Dread is to partake in any hobby of your choice after dark, so once the sun has set. And for Wither and Bloom, this is a really fun one that I'm excited for. The prompt is to clean out or declutter something in your home, and then as a reward for getting rid of something you no longer need, to get yourself something that you do need or want, and it could be a new item or just new to you. I personally love thrifting, and I feel like that would be a great option for this, bring some stuff to drop off at the thrift store, peruse around, and grab some new things to bring into my home. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing. The next prompt is called Hunger of the Shadow, and this is just to enjoy your favorite meal, snack, dessert, beverage, anything that you like eat or drink would count for this, but it has to be intentional. It can't just be like, oh, I'm going out to eat, I'm gonna get this, and we're gonna call it for this prompt. No, it has to be something you genuinely enjoy and sit down and enjoy it. So I think I'm going to get a pumpkin spice latte for this one because I love pumpkin spice lattes and it is the season for them, so I will definitely be intentional about my consumption of them. Then we have the prompt Fun Scary, which is to watch a scary or spooky movie, TV show, video game playthrough, anything of that nature where you're just watching something spooky but something also fun. And then the last activity prompt is called These Bitches Be Witches, which is a phrase that Laudna says for her and her friends in the campaign. And this is just to chat or hang out with a friend at some point. So very simple, very lovely. I'm excited to do all of these things. So I think that just about covers everything I had to say. I will be posting my own TBR and activity plans later on in the month when we get closer to October. If you've got any questions at all, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I will also link for you guys the Instagram account where I'll be posting graphics with all of the prompts so you don't have to come back here and just listen to me talk about them all the time. So be sure to go follow that account. But if you've enjoyed this video and you're excited for Laudna-thon, be sure to give this a big thumbs up. You can subscribe to my channel for more content, and that way I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye everyone!